Roger Moore is James Bond 007 in Ian Fleming's Live and Let Die.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
Names is for tombstones, baby. Waste him, now.
James Bond is back, and wherever he drops in, it can mean only one thing.
Trouble!
This is the Bond adventure with more excitement, more action, more danger, and more. Much more. Roger Moore as James Bond 007.
And welcome back to Spitball Cinema. I'm Shane.
I'm Scott.
When you were young and your heart was an open book.
I mean,
You used to say, live and let live. Yeah, know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give up and cry,
live and let die. Live and let die.
live and let die. That's right. It is the only Bond song that's better than the movie. Wait. Hey, I'm David. We're now starting the era of my Bond, my favorite Bond. There you go. And one of my favorite musicians, Paul McCartney, wrote the music, and it is, to me, the best Bond theme song ever. I would have to agree.
And I would have to say Jane Seymour as Solitaire is one of the best Bond girls. I loved her.
The over-under on 35% of the podcast being about Jane Seymour. So
she's so hot.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below your thoughts of Jane Seymour.
Yeah.
Or your thoughts of Scott's obsession there.
Oh yeah. Diana Rigg. Oh man.
Oh. It's one of my favorite Bond movies of all time.
I'll tell you what, it is to me one of the goofiest, funnest Bond films.
And it was pretty long movie.
Yeah, it's like over 2 hours.
As I'm
but that boat chase alone was like 35 minutes.
I was watching this thing and I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
every minute.
A ton.
Every minute of it.
And it was so fun, man. I mean, it was really a fun, you had as the bad guy as what is it? Mr. Big and
Mr.
Kakanga or what do they call it?
Katanga or something like that.
Katanga. By Yaphet Kotto, which is one of our favorites.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he is so solid. I mean,
such a good actor.
I mean, a lot of you might know him.
He takes bad lines and makes them sound cool.
Yeah. A lot of you may not know who he is, but he was Parker in Aliens.
Yeah.
In Alien.
Yeah.
I said the first Alien, and he's just a solid actor. Everything he's ever been in. I don't think I've ever seen him give a bad performance.
I mean, you see him show up in a movie, and you're like, "All right, the movie's about to start."
Yeah. And really, when he's on screen, everybody you kind of gravitate towards him.
Oh gosh,
when he's on screen,
he's got those powerful eyes.
Yeah, he's got a presence about him.
Yeah. Well, and his delivery, he's got a great voice, but his delivery is so good.
Yeah.
Just in, just facial expressions without being overblown. You get a lot of the over-the-top Bond villains. Now he's got an over-the-top death scene, but we'll get to that. Yeah. But still, he takes some of the worst written blaxploitation lines from the 70s that I think I've ever heard, and makes them sound like he's cool.
Oh, they're cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like he's like, you know what? These are bad. This is bad dialogue, but I'm going to own it. But he does, man. He is so good. He really does steal the scenes.
We got a lot of cool background knowledge of this movie that we'll be getting into.
Yeah,
awesome.
And it's
and he's always talking to Jane Seymour, who plays Solitaire.
Oh,
she's so hot.
She does have some.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, just not with her just being beautiful. She has some of the coolest looking costumes.
She does really
in this movie.
The wardrobe department really kicked it up a notch when it came to some of her outfits.
Seriously, yeah.
Could have been a little more
you stop it?
Revealing, maybe a little bit more.
Mr. Big would not appreciate that.
That's right.
So, one of the things I loved about this Bond movies that they bring it over to America, because I think they start off in New York, right, or New Orleans first.
Well, they had it in America with Diamonds Forever, and then for some reason they took it down south this time.
Yeah, Then it starts off with that cool, well, not cool, but that really awesome Nolans funeral
possession. Yeah.
And then
a really classic Bond scene.
Yeah, actually,
that is one of those scenes that when people think of Bond, that's one of those where they're doing the parade and the guy gets killed, and then they just
they put that coffin over him and suck him up off this.
You would think that guy. I mean, some dude comes up and stands right next to you. You think he'd be a little wary,
more of a crowd.
Hey, dude, what's up? The guy, he's like, hey, what's going on with this little funeral? And the guy would, sticks him, and
then it goes immediately to the voodoo scene.
Well, I like when they take the coffin and then go over and they just put it over the guy and sucks him up in the coffin, and then they start dancing. Remember, they start doing the jazz.
When the saints come marching in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then over to the voodoo scene.
So this is one of the cool tidbits that we learned today about that voodoo scene. Was one, the guy who was the snake handler was definitely afraid of snakes.
Yeah, terrified
to the point where the snake actually bit him in the hand.
Since fear.
Yeah. Bites him in the hand in the scene where they got Jane Seymour tied up. Bites him in the hand, and they're all, treating him and stuff, and the snake is crawling towards Jane Seymour, and they don't realize it.
Oh my goodness.
And she's watching this snake come up towards her, and she starts screaming, and
they're still shooting. They're still
shooting, and they finally realize that, oh crap, the snake that just bit this dude is going towards one of our main stars here, James.
They're like, she's not that good of an actress.
Yeah.
Hey, we could cast this part again. Not her.
Well, that was later on in the movie.
But the voodoo scene before, the same snake dancer guy was deathly afraid of the snake, but then when he the white guy that was tied up, he was deathly afraid of.
Just deathly scared of snakes.
So when the part where
they had it tied up because
here's what's even better. So the guy takes the snake and touches his cheek.
Right.
Doesn't bite it. He doesn't bite the guy, but the guy thought it did, and that is his actual him passing out.
He actually passes
from
out
fear.
For real.
Oh goodness!
And they thought he was acting, that he was just, and then they realized, hey, he's not getting up.
Yeah.
And they realized he had fainted
while shooting that scene. And they said it was so good. And when you go back and watch it, it is actually really good. It's
actually him
passing out of fear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have best supporting actor.
Now that's method acting, folks.
You don't hear about no fucking my left foot doing that shit.
I'll tell you what, the guy that was handling the snake in the first place, I would not have guessed that he was afraid of that snake.
Yeah, I know.
That guy was into the role.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Well, and they said later on, was it when the guy jumps into the coffin with the snakes?
Right.
The one that does the old 7-Up commercial.
Was that the one that jumps in the coffin?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, who was visiting the set?
It was the queen, not queen.
Not queen, but some British
royalty.
Royalty was visiting the set to watch them film. And he was from Britain, and he didn't want to, because he was deathly scared of snakes, didn't want her to think he was weak or something. So he just goes and jumps in there to impress her,
But when you see him,
women will do that to you.
I bet.
I forget who it was. I forget which.
It's like.
So he dove into that thing of snakes?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was not Princess Anne, but
it was Princess somebody.
Somebody like that from the royal family.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's like, I'm here representing UK. I don't want her to think that
she ain't gonna see me scared.
Exactly, basically, yeah.
See,
so when you see him jump into that, because you do see the snakes alive and slithering through that.
See, if I was visiting the set, I'd want to see Jane Seymour in solitaire. Oh, she's hot.
You just want to show her your snakes, guys. Probably would have passed out laughing. Come on. Don't you laugh at it.
So
going off the deep end.
So this is a different a James Bond, and it's the whole. Yeah, but Guy Hamilton came back and directed this one, correct?
Yeah, they wanted Guy Hamilton, who directed Goldfinger and Diamonds Are Forever,
the two biggest,
direct this one. And actually, Cubby Broccoli had actually thought of casting Roger Moore in 1962 for Dr. No.
Oh.
And they had actually kind of had their eye on Roger Moore for a long time.
Do you know why? Because they saw Roger Moore play James Bond in a clip show called Millicent, I think.
It was some kind of comedy.
It's like a Saturday Night Live.
A Saturday Night Live.
Oh, a little sketch comedy thing.
And he comes on there and plays James Bond. This is before he was even cast or anything. He just did this
audition reel.
He just did this.
Well, here's what the cool skit was about.
But I didn't think that's what they saw him in.
No, they saw him before because he was in that show, The Predecessors, or
Well, he had been in different things.
Yeah, he was he was actually a really big, huge.
Because Roger Moore actually
hit
he was
over in UK.
He did Maverick. With James Garner. He played their cousin Beau from Britain.
Yeah.
And then he played the Saint. Played the Saint for 6 years.
Yeah.
That's true.
But they had actually before I think all that, they had actually kind of had their eye on him.
Well, I want to hear about the skit. What was that one?
So it was James Bond visiting an old friend who was a female agent, and they were trying to kill each other.
And so it was a comedy thing. They kept doing things to try to kill each other.
But they also had assassins after them trying to kill them.
It looked funny. I wish we could find it.
We should probably YouTube it or something.
It looked really funny.
Check that out. That sounds pretty good.
So when you look at Roger Moore, him having to fill Connery's shoes and stuff, but he's really his own guy.
Big time.
And he's got that look, that presence about him. You can see why people liked him as James Bond after Connery. I mean, everybody's going to always have their favorite Bonds in Connery's mind, but Roger Moore, I really respected him a lot, and I grew up watching him in the 70s as James Bond and different ones, and you loved. He was good. I really liked him.
He could play a smooth Bond. He could play a tough Bond,
and he could
a vulnerable Bond.
Not afraid to slap somebody around.
Yeah, and comedian. He could be funny. He could be funny in some of his lines and stuff. He had a wit about him.
I mean, it's kind of like the start of how in the 80s when Schwarzenegger and Stallone, they had like their comedic one-liners.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like an homage that they saw watching Bond and Connery and all that stuff. But here's what's cool about this movie. So they wanted to shoot it a different way because it was the early 70s and black exploitation movies were hitting big in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. And I guess when Shaft came out, I think Shaft was put out by, was it Warner Brothers?
I can't remember.
But because they were like, now the big studios are cashing in and
on the black
exploitation.
Yeah.
So
they made it a theme.
So Cubby Broccoli and Guy Hamilton is like, dude, we can do that with the Bond movie and set it in New Orleans and in Harlem and we can reach a maybe even a broader audience,
bigger audience,
with it, and so they think that was one of the reasons why the movie was such a huge hit, because it didn't matter where who you were. I mean, it took places in rural and other places.
It would have hurt to bring in someone with a better grasp of the vernacular of the day. Because it really sounded like somebody from Britain writing an exploitation movie.
Actually, wasn't. It was some white guy named McKinowitz or something like that. But he was afraid about because he was afraid that people were going to think the movie was racist because all the bad people in the movie
were black. But I don't see that.
I think it's that's far.
That's somebody just being sensitive today, looking back and saying that because to me it was. I mean, they were a big part of this movie. I mean, they had this whole.
Well, he had his own island.
Yeah, his own island.
And he was like successful business person, master criminal, and kind of
a doctor.
He was kind of like Blofeld with all this. He had his own empire.
Yeah.
His own empire.
If anything, that would show
and influence.
Yeah.
Influence over things, and that's just ridiculous, I mean, you have different cultures, different things.
Well, it's something that you brought up that you hit upon was that the guys on that were his henchmen, you liked them. I mean,
because they were characters.
Yeah, you liked them. They're characters.
Yeah, they weren't throwaways.
They weren't.
They weren't like the grunting sumo wrestler guy that throws people onto tables.
Yeah,
and
they had dialogue, they had interaction.
Let's face it, Yaphet Kotto and these guys, they're not going to be in a movie that they think is racist.
Well, that's
to their characters.
Yeah.
That just would not do it.
No.
I mean, come on.
So that's one of the reasons why it's got that 70s black exploitation look and feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, like Scott's favorite girl, Jane Seymour.
Oh, man.
She was only 20 when she shot the movie.
20.
And I think Guy Hamilton saw her like being in a couple of things, but she was more of a model, right?
Yeah, she had been in a couple of different things,
like on British TV.
And he saw her in Castor.
Yeah. And I think she did a great job.
Oh, I do too.
Would you stop it?
What? That's Jane.
She was a little. I don't know. I thought she was a little stiff, little wooden, and
at the beginning, and then after James Bond meets up with her.
Well,
hello, your mother.
Yeah. Well, we were kind of talking about that before because James Bond basically tricks her into sleeping with him by stacking the
she's a virgin.
Cards. Yeah. Well, and then
he didn't know that.
Yes, he did.
He did. And she loses all of her psychic powers, and he's just like, you know what? Your future and psychic ability versus my needs. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with my needs.
She's trying to tell him, all my powers are gone. He goes, well, darling, it's okay. We'll go off to somewhere, and she's just like,
we'll go get some Mexican food.
Just pillow talk, baby.
Jack. What a dick move, Bond. Yaphet Kotto finds out and he about loses his shit.
All the other henchmen were laughing their asses off behind.
Especially the voodoo guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the only one now.
Yeah.
That one guy, he used to be in those 7-Up commercials, the Uncooler. Remember that guy? The Uncooler. He's laughing his ass off.
Oh, God, yeah. That's awesome.
And that was one of the things, like in the last podcast when we were kind of alluding to this. To me, it's all the Disney references. I just freaking love them. There's so much Disney.
All right, let's go.
Past and present. So first and foremost, Captain Hook. You literally have the world's worst prosthetic, and he had his hand bitten off by an alligator.
I never thought of that.
Here's Captain Hook. And the alligators, right? And then Roger Moore gets to do the whole. Remember the video game Pitfall?
Yeah.
Where he had to jump on the alligators.
Mm-hmm.
He does that in the movie.
Yeah, he totally does the Pitfall alligator thing, which is fun.
We found out something about that.
Oh, did you?
On.
Ooh,
you want to say?
No, go ahead.
So the guy who actually did the stunt that jumped on the back of the crocodiles in the movie. Alligators, sorry. Actually owned an alligator farm with 1,500 alligators.
Yeah, they came across this farm, Cubby Broadway, and they said, hey, we got to put this in our movie. And
he said, you can shoot here. I'll even do the stunts for you.
And his name was Kananga.
What?
Yeah, that was
in real life. His last name was Kananga.
So they took his name and gave it to.
They gave the bad guys last. Yeah,
and
that is awesome.
And he's the one that actually was jumping on the crocodiles over to when Bond goes and runs on
Yeah.
or the alligators.
That's awesome.
And when he got to that last one, the last one actually got a hold of his leg, almost got his leg, and he was able to pull off.
There's a picture of it online, he almost got his leg and foot chopped off by one of his.
Because at the very end, when he's jumping on
stepping on an alligator,
that gator jumps up. He's like, "Yeah, stepping on my head, asshole."
Yeah.
You know?
But it's an awesome effect in the movie. But you're right, it's like Pitfall.
Yeah, but that was his last name, so they took his last name.
Yeah, because he didn't charge him. Cool. He didn't charge him anything for shooting on his farm or anything. It actually helped his business afterwards.
That is so cool.
I wonder if it's still down there.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Or it's got to be taken over.
I'm not going to go jump on no alligators.
Like Kanongas, you know.
Unless they have Jane Seymour over there.
Would you stop it? All right, so what's the other one?
Oh, well, the other one would be later on, after the Bond period, they did the Disney animated film, The Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. That's right, they do.
The voodoo priest even does the half skull makeup.
But isn't that a real thing? Wasn't that part of the real voodoo stuff?
Well, actually, it's taken from the voodoo. Yeah.
If you look, he looks almost like the exact same character.
It sounds like him.
Tall, thin, similar voice, similar outfit, everything else. It's just one of those things where I just sat there and were like, whoa, it's Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, it's just one of those things.
That is cool, though.
So yeah, it was just
a good movie too.
It was just interesting, but between Pitfall and then of course it does its whole Dukes of Hazzard thing later on in the film as well.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know that scene where they got the bus and they're riding on that bus and it hits the top of the
takes the
top off of the thing? Yeah.
Yeah, Jane Seymour on that bus.
She was actually on the shot.
She was actually in the shot, and they didn't take her off. That actually when she was on the bus.
She realized afterwards she had a choice of having a stunt double do it. She didn't know that she
didn't know. Nobody bothered to tell her.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they
pulled the Uma Thurman on.
They about had a snake get her, and then they took the top of the bus with her on it.
She almost died twice.
Yeah.
That's why she looks like she's like. That's like when you see the shot of her in the bus. She's like got her hands up on the seat, and she looks like she's like,
yeah. That's why.
It's like, I need a wardrobe change.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I can't believe they actually did that.
Cubby Broccoli not on set that day? Or
Probably
what?
not.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, but then that chase scene though with the boats.
Oh man, that was
that was some awesome shots.
It was awesome. It was wild.
Oh, yeah. And it was long.
It was really long.
Really long.
It's a crazy long chase scene.
I apologize for not remembering, but the shot of the boat jumping in air still holds a Guinness Book of World Record of something. Maybe the longest suspended flight of a jumping boat or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why. I mean, yeah, they went all out.
It was wild. And then they had the Roscoe P. Coltrane.
That guy, he was actually in an episode.
Clifton James.
Clifton James was his name, and he ends up being in another James Bond movie.
And he was also in Superman 2. Kind of playing that same type of character.
Yeah.
He said he played that same type of character in a few.
Yeah. But
his role was based on the fact that they were actually getting harassed by the local police down there, and they wrote that character
to be a dick.
Yeah,
making fun of the police department because they had gone down there and they were filming, and like, well, you can't have these people over here doing this, and you can't have these people out in these areas. And finally, they were just like, you know what, we can just pull our whole $150,000 that we were going to spend here, and we'll just go film somewhere else. And they were like, "Whoa, no!"
Yeah, they shut up then.
Yeah, they did. But then that's when they wrote in that character as the overtly racist, guy.
Well, the guy wrote
so over the top.
Oh
yeah.
And then, he turned out to be a reoccurring character because people just thought he was just this funny caricature.
And what Sean Connery movie did he play in?
Which one?
The Untouchables.
That's right.
Remember, he's in the courtroom scenes, and he says to Kevin Costner,
"Oh my gosh, he's the lawyer."
Yeah, he says, "What did you say to him, to the judge?"
That is him.
Yeah, That's him.
I'll be
Yeah.
darn. Wow.
Yeah.
And the guy said he saw some of the crap that they were going with, so he noticed that all the cops down there were fat or had huge beer guts. Mm-hmm. So when he gets out of his car in the movie, he has like a huge belly underneath.
Yeah, he puts a thing in to make him even look bigger. So. It's kind of the Jackie Gleason character.
It is
Smokey the Bandit.
Yeah,
I mean, it's that type of
or
character.
that
Southern sheriff,
or in the heat of the night. With Carol O'Connor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
Told him his name was on the list.
His name wasn't on his list.
Shut up.
He didn't know that. Yeah, so that boat scene, man, it just went on, and you're just like, holy crap.
It's awesome.
It had to take it, and there was no James Bond music.
Yeah,
during that whole chase scene. There was none of the classic.
Tell him why.
Tell
him why.
The guy didn't want to distract it from the
action.
From the action. The composer.
He said that this is the composers. And
he said it would take away from the action.
He goes.
Well, it sounds like he had like some sort of artistic block and is just bullshitting his way through.
I think it's cool because you hear the boat engines and you hear the waves. And
I'm thinking it's kind of a missed opportunity myself.
Yeah,
because if you could put that, the James Bond thing, that would have been awesome.
I could see that maybe like halfway through it. Yeah, halfway through it.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end is like part of the climax or something, but like, as it goes over the land and then back into the water again,
I think they could have
put those scenes were cool. It makes you wonder how many takes that.
I think they could have put that music in the love scenes with Jane Seymour. That
stop it. Live and let die.
I think that would have been awesome.
Fucking Bond's hips should be going bam, 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 bam.
Okay, well, now, since we had been talking about children's films and little kid video games, there's also the Willy Wonka ending.
Oh shit! Okay.
That when I was watching, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? I mean, I could see them. But man, that was so fake. That was so fake looking, dude. Oh God, it was awful.
Yeah, it was cool.
He takes a little like air inflating thing.
Yeah, he pushes it
in his mouth, and then he literally blows up. Like the gal that turned into the blueberry in freaking Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory.
Dude, that had to freak people out when they saw that back in '72, man.
I don't know. I just was like, damn, really? Did they really go there?
It was just like, what the
hell?
It's probably the least dignified death of any Bond villain, and he was too cool to go out that way.
Well, I was thinking
they should just let him get eaten by the shark or something.
Yeah, see, that would have been.
Yeah, shark, that'd have been something, but no, they blow him up into and then when he blows up, it's not even like gory. It's just like latex. It's like a latex balloon landing in a river, and everything just kind of floats.
They could have killed him and bring the coffin over and do the little.
Yeah, they should have just poked him with something and had him go, like just spin around and fly all the way around
wet balloon.
The cave. Like a.
Kicking his legs around like in the thing.
Just flapping around.
In the thing. When his legs are all flopping around.
There's a lot of actors that would be like, you get the really good death scene, and then he's just sitting there going, I blew up like a balloon.
You think when they were going to edit that and they were looking at it, they would have been like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know about this. I mean, who said, "Oh, that looks good"?
Yeah, well, they had the sharks in there, right? It's
like
a throwback. You got the sharks.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
with shark action. Beams tied to their head.
Yeah,
they could have put that in
razor beams.
Put that in his mouth. Had a shark take him, and the shark blow up.
Yeah. Instead, he got the Augusta Gloop or something like that, or whatever. They just blow him up and have a couple of Oompa Loompas come up and like roll him off the stage. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, that was a little wild for him.
I'd say it was the perfect James Bond. It was one of my favorites.
No, but I'll tell you what, it's part of the zaniness of this particular one because it goes into the voodoo. It goes into kind of that occult thing. it really kind of goes into areas that Bond doesn't normally branch off into,
right.
So it's like a whole different film genre that it dabbled into. A little bit of blaxploitation, a little bit of, you know, voodoo horror, I don't know. It's a funky combo.
Thank you for reminding me. We forgot to talk about a couple more characters. One was
Jane Seymour.
Yeah, Solitaire, Jane Seymour.
Yeah,
she's
hot.
Stop it.
Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Who was the CIA woman that he met up at the beginning?
Oh yeah, the one where he takes his watch and zips her. She had been in one of the TV series that Roger Moore was in earlier on in his career, and he suggested
for that role.
For her that role, yeah.
No, not. But I forgot about her, but no, the CIA agent, the girl, the one that betrayed him.
Rosie.
Rosie, yeah, the one that was the least likely to ever graduate the CIA Academy or whatever it is that they have. It's like,
I loved her, man. She was awesome.
You liked her?
I did, man.
She was the worst. Dude, she was the worst.
And then
how did you even get that part?
How'd you graduate high school?
Yeah.
It's let alone become a CIA agent.
She's like, oh, James.
Don't ever leave me.
Don't ever leave me. He said, I'm going to leave you. You're going to tell me what happened.
Yeah.
After a while, and she goes, after all that we've done, he said, well, I wouldn't have done it before. Bond was going to get
awesome. But then we got to talk about the guy, the guy that drove the boat with him on it.
Oh, yeah. The black guy that was the CIA agent, or he was working.
Right, the one that drove him out there.
He was the son of the guy in Dr. No, the one that
got burned up.
Gets burned up
by the tank.
He's the son.
He's the son.
Yeah, the son of Dr. No, of the guy's
name was like Qualland.
Yeah, something like that. But he was the son.
But yeah,
these tie-ins with some of these movies are just
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
but trying to figure out the books. Because books are all over the place. They're all out of order of the way the movies are.
And they took some parts of the books and put them in a different movie of a different title.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, yeah. But and then we also got to talk about the cool entrance. With the flaming head and the skeleton and, when the title sequence. The title sequence come on.
And the title, yeah. That's kind of weird. You mean during the Live and Let Die song and stuff? Yeah, with the big old eyes and stuff.
Dude, that freaked me out.
Yeah.
When I was little and saw that.
But it does set the tone for the film.
It does.
We were talking about that, it's a bit of a switch from straight up spy story to kind of this subculture voodoo kind of, mysterious occult thing.
I mean, you're like, whoa, maybe this is gonna be kind of a creepy one or something.
What the hell?
Yeah. And then we get the new keyhole Roger Moore.
The first time Roger Moore does his a little bit more smoother than a lot of
I think about that, but that is the first time, isn't it? Yeah. That's part of
He's pretty smooth at that too by that time.
I mean, you watch it again and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Man, this guy's going to be awesome.
Ford is,
no.
As Harrison Ford as Han Solo, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
Jane Seymour knows.
Jane Seymour.
I'll tell you what, though, the acting in this one is so good. The chase scene, although long, very creative, very wild. The acting was good, over the top when it needed to be, and some of the villains were just hilarious. And honestly, now I got to go back and watch that guy faint. Because that to me, I'm just like, that is hilarious. I want to see that.
Well, here's something too. Miss Moneypenny, her reaction, her interaction with Roger Moore.
Oh yeah,
if you go back and look at this, is more of a kind of a professional chemistry to him. And if you go back and look at her reaction with Sean Connery, there's more of that flirtatious,
sexual,
like a sexual tension between her and Bond. But with Roger Moore, it's more of a professional.
She makes sure that he's got everything lined up in order to leave. And it's all
Connery was more flirtatious in her face, more in Roger Moore.
Well, I mean, you saw how upset she was when he got married.
Right.
I still say
that's true.
I still say she ordered that hit. I think she leaked the. I still say she leaked the information to Blofeld so that Blofeld knew where to go and just take out the girl.
She probably that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but here's another funny thing.
Yeah, but after she's been burned, she's just like, no.
Roger Moore and the woman that played Money Penny worked together before. And also I think they went to acting school together also.
Really? I didn't remember that. Wow.
That's kind of fun.
That's interesting.
So that's kind of another cool thing of him not being so sexual or flirtatious with her when he comes out.
Kind of already friends.
Yeah,
exactly. But there's something missing in this Bond movie that was in the other Bond movies.
Yep.
Do you have any clue?
Exactly.
Yeah,
there you go.
Q. So the guy that played Q was doing a TV series. Took off 3 days because he was going to go down and film a scene. And when he got there, they told him they cut it out. They weren't going to do it. And he was pissed. He had taken off work and everything to go down there to film this because he thought they were going to do it. And when they got there, they told him they decided they weren't going to.
Yeah, they said they wanted to start it off with a different look, different feel.
They had Bond drinks were different.
Like regular cocktails.
Yeah.
The gun that he had was like a big 44 Magnum.
Yeah, that looked a little out of place.
Yeah, well, like dirty hair.
Dirty hair.
Yeah. Bond always had the PPK, the Walther PPK.
Yeah, well, because you could carry it around and conceal it.
He had a hog on him, like damn.
Well, there were gators.
There were.
Some big gators.
He didn't use them when he was jumping on them. He just.
And also, he didn't smoke cigarettes. He smoked stogies.
Yeah, he smoked stogies in this cigars.
I guess that's true. Isn't
it? So remember when he's flying on that big
high glider.
Paraglider, and he's got a stogie in his mouth, and then he throws it down, and they cut the. Then he flies down, and he kicks that guy off the cliff. Bond can do, and then he takes off, and he's got a goddamn suit.
Underneath. Velcro.
Yeah,
like a stripper suit. Yeah. He just rips
the pants.
The dude never sweats.
No,
I mean, do you ever see any sweat coming? I was like, what the hell? Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, well, it's the 70s before that global warming and all that crap.
Yeah. El Nino. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. I mean,
what a fun movie.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. This was
good music. Good start for Roger Moore.
Yeah, he looks great in the movie. I mean,
people love him.
Yeah. And wasn't he like 10 years older than Sean Connery, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but he actually looked a little younger.
But he looked
weird.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
I think he was in his early or mid 40s when he started Bond.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I love this movie. I love Roger Moore. Believe it or not, it wasn't the first Roger Moore Bond movie that I was introduced to him, because my first Roger Moore and even James Bond movie I was ever introduced to when I was little by my dad was
Moonraker.
Moonraker, not Moonstruck.
Yeah.
That's a different Bond.
Moonraker was good. We're
going to get that. Yeah.
But Moonraker was the first Bond movie that I ever saw.
Yeah. Well, and it played on cable a lot, too.
Yeah,
I think that's probably why.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember watching it with my dad, and my dad, we watched that thing, I don't know how many times. We loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, my brother and my dad. We'll talk about that later. I love this movie. Love the opening. Like you said, I think it's got the best Bond theme song ever of all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's got one of the best Bond girls. So.
Yeah. And actually, the song was on Paul McCartney's Greatest Hits.
Was it really?
Is one of his greatest hits. It's actually it is the most commercially successful Bond song.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. Well deserved. Guns N' Roses did a cover of it that was real popular.
There you go. And don't forget, he also did another spy movie song. Spies Like Us.
Did he?
Paul McCartney did Spies Like Us.
That's right.
I guess I forgot. God, it's been years since I've seen that.
Yeah. All right.
I
think that's good.
That's going to do. Do you guys have anything else?
If you haven't seen it, man, see it.
And I will just say, Miss Seymour, Jane Seymour, if you're listening to this, please get a hold of us at spitballscinema.com.
Yeah, get a hold of Scott.
Ask for Scott. Yeah. Because you're my favorite.
Yeah. And if you know Jane Seymour, leave a comment in the down below.
Yeah, please, Miss Jane Seymour, let me know what you think.
There you go. And what's our next film then?
It's going to be The Man with the Golden Gun.
Ooh,
but I'm not sure what's after that, though. I'm not.
I think it's Moonraker.
It may be.
Is it?
Man with a Golden Gun. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
Man with the Golden Gun. James Bond will return in The Man with the Golden Gun.
And so will we.
That's right. All right. If you want to, please like and subscribe.
Yeah,
if you like this. And if you want to get a hold of us, get a hold of us at spitballcinema@gmail.com.
Yeah, leave a comment. Forward it to some friends.
Let us know
and
what
say,
you
hey,
think
these guys.
about Jane Seymour.
Yeah,
you know, and solitaire.
So listen to these guys; they're funny and funny looking too. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
we don't have video.
Everyone.
Okay, well, I'm Shane.
I'm Scott.
I'm David.
Thank you very much for listening, folks. We appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Bye.
007 is on a worldwide manhunt. The body count is going up. And where Bond stops to visit, he leaves his mark on everything.
They'll kill you.
They will kill us. That was lesson number 2. Togetherness.
Is that time before we leave for lesson number 3?
Absolutely.